2. Bam. 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 Oops. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. What up, Braxton? What up, Senfei? All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Let's get this done real quick. Hold on one second. Thank you, Braxton. What up, Cat? All right, hold on. I'm slowing down a little bit. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Copy. Oops. Oh, come on. Bam, bam. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing that, but Alright, okay. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, pin. Writing chapter 2 of the story. Of my story. Let's see. Let's do that. Did it? Let's send it over to Discord. I don't think it showed up on Discord. Did you guys get a Discord notification? What up, Catra? Where am I at here? Discord, YouTube. Okay, it didn't. Alright. Huh, I need to set that up properly too. I wonder why that's not working. You, me, you channel. Bam. Stop. Pause. Share. Discord, YouTube, Twitch. Go. Alright, sorry, my bad. You got notifications turned off. I saw the YouTube notification. Okay, yeah, no, yeah. For some reason, if I go live from my phone, it'll notify the Discord. But if I go live from the studio, it only notifies the Discord when it's done. Sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that, B-man. The guy with all the sores and everything, the guy that had the bed sores, your buddy that you're talking about on the live the other day. Yeah, bless his soul, my friend. May he rest in peace. Yeah. It's how it... no problem, my friend. No problem. Alright, let me see here. Did he have a lot of family or anything? Like, do you know what's going on with his? I mean, I guess if he just passed today, you don't have like funeral arrangements and whatnot. Like, even know what's going on. All right, let's see here. No, man. Only family he had only came around. Yeah, that can be a big problem. And if he didn't have a life insurance policy, they probably didn't come around for the end. Man, people can be freaking rough. No, okay, middle of the week. Yeah. Dude, what? This is so crazy. Yeah, man. May you rest peacefully. Now let's look at this guy here. This guy's 22 years old and he needs a freaking CPAP machine to sleep.
22-year-old should be looking like this, bro. He looks like a goddamn 35-year-old at the bare minimum. So the guy needs a CPAP machine to go to bed to get proper airflow into his lungs. When you take massive amounts of gear, it's very typical for your neck to blow up, and that can cause problems. If you do have that thickened neck, it's going to cause sleep apnea, which causes that horrific fucking noise, and you need the machine. This dude's a monster at 22. No 22-year-old should be looking like this, bro. He looks like a goddamn 35-year-old at the bare minimum.
No,
so the guy needs a CPAP machine to go to...
Yeah, I understand. Now, listen, people have to understand that that reality exists. I understand, man, and you need some assistance. That's good. I'd be so sour not to visit your family in the hospital again. What is it for? It's for you, my friend. Hopefully you can find some peace in it. How you doing, Ebb and Flow? But that's freaking crazy. So this guy took so much trenbolone, I'm guessing that's what he uses. His body got too big at too young of an age, and now he can't breathe on his own. He's got too much muscle pushing down on his chest that his natural breathing cycle is not enough. So he's got a machine, a CPAP, to push air into his body just for the gains.
To bed to get proper airflow into his lungs. When you take massive amounts of gear, it's very typical for your neck to blow up, and that can cause problems. If you do have that thickened neck, it's going to cause sleep apnea, which causes that horrific fucking noise, and you need the machine. This dude's a monster at 22. No
22. That's crazy. What up, Lamb? Oh, we got two lambs. We got Lambowski and Lovely Lamb Lunch. Yeah, steroids is rough on a bunch of people. Everyone here, whatever you're looking at. Yep. Jerky on the left, jerky on the right. Which cannibal you voted for last time? Next time. Sorry. Yeah, they think they can live like Arnold, right? Yeah. Hey, what's going on? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, keep learning, my friend. You'll get there. Yeah, for the clicks and the views and the chicks, you know, they want to get so super big. To most people just want other people to know that they exist, and some people take paths like that. Some people punch people on the street while live streaming. Some people subway surf. Some people do different things for mass attention on the internet. And some people do this. They get freaking so big that they need CPAP machines. What up, B? What up? Nah, yeah, for the internet, my brother. I don't know why. It's not a good idea. I judge Epstein. It's either cannibalism or he loves the jerky. Nah, he's a horrible freaking person. And we got to get all these freaking wackadoos out of our government. We got to freaking chop them loose. Both sides. Right wing, left wing, same bird. Epstein Fury. That doesn't even look attractive. No, it's rough. It sucks. Yep. The Epstein War. All right, let's see. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody? What up, Zara, girl? His youngest victim was still attached to... yeah, that's just freaking nuts. That's nuts. Good. All right, let's see. What would happen to Trump if they released the files? Right. So the big thing that the Democrats say is that Trump's in there, and the Republicans say he's not. And the Republicans say that the Democrats would have released the files when they had the trifecta, and they didn't. And so you know, you got to try to find what's in between. What up, Paul? Yeah, but nothing apparently. Lambowski, we got Lambowski and Lamb in the house. Yep, Kylie. Many people are on both sides protecting people and monsters, right? That's the problem. Because those gym channels, brother, are there as influencers to influence people to use those things. They talking about how great it is, how I'm such an alpha, and I freaking got, and like I'm banging 98 chicks every 6 minutes, and they just can't stay. My DMs are full, and all the supplement companies companies want to work with me. It's all marketing for what they do. So then you want to be like that guy. You go there, you talk to him, and he's like just a few $1,000s a month, and you're like, okay, they aren't gonna do any of this. No, we love Russia. What up, Dub Men? There is enough room in this town for 2 lambs. Trump, all the mention so many times, all the claims true, maybe not. Right. The problem is they got us arguing over evidence we don't have, right? And they knew what they were doing. They know what they're doing. Look, yeah. But of course, there's lots of other people too. Right? Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. Yeah, we got more lambs. What up, Gawk Toog? Totes facts. What up, Toilet? I want to investigate. Yeah, right, me too. I'm on. Right, Mehmet, so right. Have you looked at, if you've looked at the ones that they released, he is in there, right? But what he's doing in there is calling the police on Jeffrey Epstein. So it's saying, well, were the Republicans right or were the Democrats right? Or is all this just fluff so these people can do whatever they want to do and we're sitting here arguing over stuff like that? That's the big problem. What like, legend. What up, Sir Jacob, my friend? How are you? The eagle has landed. Okay, let us see. I'm saying like the real end. Right. Well, I mean, listen, they tried to shoot Trump. They tried to, 3 times. They tried to turn misdemeanors into felonies to make him a felon so he couldn't run for president. And they had the Epstein files. I'm talking about the Democrats. And they didn't use that. They could have just released it and been like, here. They could have even put fake news. When the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the White House, they could have put fake evidence in there and completely blew Trump out of the water. Why didn't they do that, right? Why didn't they do that? Because they were doing it, right? Right. It makes you wonder. Maybe they're not on different teams. Maybe, but we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Might be TMI, but you look just like my dad, and he passed in 2017. I showed you my mom. She started crying. Damn, dude. Yeah, they're all in the same club, right? This is your mother. We are worried about you. Please go to rehab. Thank you, Orvold. Ed Zachary. Yeah, but yeah, we'll get it. We get what we get. We get what we ask for mostly, and this stuff's all freaking wacky. All this stuff's going on. I hope that they don't even arrest people that steal millions of dollars, or sometimes they do. Sometimes they're like, oh, just don't do it again, So I mean, I don't know what you all. Thank you, Jacob, my friend. No, Jay, I'm not trans, brother. I'm 33. I'm 49. Trump is the second only to Rasputin. Greetings from Portugal. At this point, I'm beginning to think America's a giant science experiment. Right, exactly, right. What? And it always has been. It always has been. All from the syphilis experiments to the trans experiments to everything in between. We've always the COVID experiments, Republican and Democrat, whatever. And people try to separate, like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. No. You're all freaking wacky. And just because you're biased, you want to be able to call names at people, and that's the thing. It's absolutely a science experiment. They had no idea, it's absolutely, and they're getting rich off of it. The scientists get rich. I haven't watched the news. Yeah, the news is rough. think it's crazy when they try to compare ICE to the Gestapo. People are brainwashed. And I think they want to see how brainwashed people are so they can get more money from them. Right? Think about who gets rich off of the protesters or the movements on the right and the left. Who gets rich? The people at the top get rich, the lawyers, because you're going to get arrested, you're going to do something stupid, you're going to do January 7th or ICE protests, and you're going to end up in jail, and then lawyers get money, and whatever happens to you, happens to you. There'll be another criminal right behind him for that lawyer to make more money off of, and it has nothing to do with that. All these haters, I don't know why you hate or compliment a rock, don't change. You compliment a hate person, don't change them either. But it's understandable because if Trump was found guilty, it would have a very negative consequences for the current state of the U.S. I agree also, right. And as a Gen Xer, unfortunately, I don't even care to vote anymore. But I agree. Jesus loves you, Skittle, brother. I agree. So they were actually saying today that they're pushing to release the files with all the names unredacted. And I hope they do. We'll see. But you still got to prosecute. But listen, the only reason they would do that is to prosecute people in the court of public opinion. We're not judges and whatnot, right? And so if they don't get arrested, then it doesn't matter. But what are we going to do? Not buy their T-shirts? I want to be surprised if war comes here like the old days. So if you think about what would happen right now, if Trump, let's just say, quit right now with what just happened in Iran and what's going on around there, it would all fall apart. Who would take over and who would take the controls of what, right? It's crazy. So yeah, the thing is, when somebody gets into office, you have to figure out the best of what they're going to do and how can you benefit you and your family and have the fewest amount of people hurt as possible. I agree. Why can't everybody just be chill? No news for me. Jail them all, right? Right, so like, and here's another big thing. But just a few years ago, everybody loved him, and this is why I'm old enough to remember when Trump was in over 300 rap videos and rap, like 600 rap songs that mentioned him. Want to be like Trump? This, and everybody loved, and then it was just a bunch of people saying you got to start hating him now, and then you start hearing about the Epstein files, and you're like, well, is everybody saying they hate him because they don't want to get busted, and then it's just like that. But it's like, okay, well, what is he actually doing? And is it beneficial to everybody? Well, everybody but the leaders of certain places, right? Thank you, Anderson. Jesus loves you, my friend. I live in the Middle East where children in their schools are being killed by Western imperialists. What about Trump back in 2017? What we mean the year after his yes, Raylan, I can't chill. Listen. This is a big problem with there being two parties and how they change over time. Whoever was in charge back then, if they're still in charge, do something about it. If they're no longer in charge and something else is in charge, it's like when you have people like the Bushes that attacked countries, and then countries swear revenge on America, even though those leaders are no longer in power at all, and then you hate us. Like I don't want you guys to come over here to battle us because I don't have those politics, right? And so that's the big problem when leaders do things they don't ask us. They wanted to impeach him. Yep. They wanted to impeach him. Oh, right. Yeah. In 2017. Right. Yeah. Right. Well, this is when also, if you go back to the Epstein files, he said he's going to release the Epstein files, and they're like, oh, let's not do that. And then listen, think about this. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton had that email server in her house, and when they got caught with it, they smashed it with hammers and smashed all the hard drives? I wonder if that was actually to protect the United States. Like, was that actually information for that, or was that more Epstein-like communication? We won't know because it's gone. Why don't so far? A few people in the UK have been arrested. We'll see what happens. And this is the problem. We want them arrested yesterday, but we don't know if they'll be arrested tomorrow. I don't think they will. I spent 15 years in the movie industry, but he's also doing a lot of things that no other presidents before. He was a very surprising person to watch. Like, and he's very, so who knows? I think nothing will happen. I think nothing will happen to most of them. I think a few of them are going to have to be tossed into the fire, like Prince Andrew over in the UK, and another guy got arrested yesterday, I think. By the way, they took down how many in hours? Khomeini. Yeah. Well, so what the propaganda said. Brother Gog too. So what the propaganda said is that they weren't going to attack, but the spies that were with the spies that were with him said, "Hey, all 15 of the leaders are going into this underground bunker to figure out how to attack." Blah 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 blah. So they were like, "Go, and they just sent somebody to hit it because they knew that they were all together having one meeting. So one bunker buster took out like 15 of their highest ranking people. They shut their own internet off so they couldn't do like Zoom calls. So them trying to not have their citizens let the rest of the world know how evil they were worked against them, because now they can't. They could have been in their own separate bunkers. So if one got hit, you still had the rest of the army, the rest of the head, what the hell are they called? I can't remember the name. The guard. I can't remember the name of their guard. I remember when I was commented hello one of the videos. You said hello. What up, Kahora? Toss me into the fire. I'm cold. Yeah, we still owe China money. But there's like a 20-year payoff thing, and apparently, look, that's all crazy complicated too. We owe a lot of people money. China owns a lot of land in America too. And he hasn't gone to court yet. He just got arrested like 4 days ago. Prince Andrew's arrest. Yeah, it was just a few days ago. February 19th. So sorry, 11 days ago. So I think he's still in jail. Let's see if he's still in jail. Buckingham Palace and King Charles having. Okay, well, it looks like his own brother, the king, turned him in. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, Kat. Oops. Hopefully nobody farts in that bunker. It's done. Hey, Borshell, brother. Not the fart jokes. What's going on, Borshell? It's not true. The U.S. called for peace talks and bombed the building. The Oman negotiator and the Iranians agreed to the nuclear demands. Yeah, I'm just talking about the propaganda that we hear over here. U.S. going to ruin the Iran, Afghanistan. Well, yeah, and so listen. I can only speak on what I hear, right? Like I don't have no freaking red phone, Like I don't get no information like that. And what it appears to be is what appears to be happening from what we're told is the Prince of Persia, his son who was ousted like 47 years ago or whatever, is going to come back if the people but we'll see. Listen, they got everybody set up. They had this set up for years. I like Chinese, pro Asian folk, absolutely. I like Chinese girls. Big up, me too. When we're at war. Yeah, it's that, and this is the thing. It's definitely market manipulation, definitely, right? But this is what you have to hope. You have to hope that if you're going to be president, you're going to get rich off of being president. Can you do that in a way that disrupts the least number of people, or do you care? And we'll see. Time will tell, and that's the problem. We're all trying to be fortune tellers. Yeah, he got arrested again. He got arrested on the 19th. He got disowned, and his king father said, yeah, he got What's the term? Not defrocked. That's when it's out of church. He was stripped of his royal titles, his military affiliations, but he remained in the eighth line of succession to the throne and has been removed from that position. What? Oh, no, not here, Zara. No hotline to Commissioner Gordon. No. Dubai is now part. Yes, so Dubai, the UAE, which is where Dubai is, and Saudi Arabia just linked up to fight. Where Saudi Arabia just said day before yesterday that they were a neutral party, but then apparently some places got hit in Saudi Arabia, so now they're fighting too. Just like beef in the U.S. went up 15%. Everyone will be vegan soon. I don't get why people in Venezuela cheered. What do you mean? You don't get why they cheered? So when the oil was discovered in Venezuela, the Venezuelan people were like, "How can we all share the riches of this oil?" And a party, Hugo Chavez, Cesar Chavez, one of the two, I can't remember which one. One of the Chavezes said, "No, what we'll do is we'll be a socialist government and we'll all share the wealth." But then they started working with the cartels also, and they said, you are all going to be poor. You're all going to work for us, and you're going to get $10 a day or whatever it was. So they had all this wealth. They got like 19 or 20 trillion dollars in oil in Venezuela. And now they can get access to that. The people that live on that land will get supposedly a monthly check from whatever the oil gets sold out of Venezuela. And whether that happens or not, I'm just saying what they say. And right, well, of course, Iran, listen, like 30,000 people were killed in the past 2 months, kids that were protesting in Iran. They were killed. They were shutting the internet off so the kids couldn't show the world what was happening. But yeah, damn, demoted. What? No, there's a term for that's demoted is in a company. There's a term for it. Stripped of title, I guess, is what it is. He knows about defrocking. Dubai can't go. Yeah, only UAE. Right. A lot guaranteed, and a lot of people are going to get rich off of it. Not us. I mean, not us. U.S. people in the U.S. will, and people around, like leaders around the world, definitely get rich. They do. Listen, yeah. The way that they think about things is if there's got to be a disaster, how can we get the most out of that disaster? And that's politics. Doesn't mean U.S. going to help them about that. Right? Listen, I understand that, my friend. I don't know. We all expect something. We think we know exactly what's going to happen, and a lot of times that's what happens. But also then things happen that are opposite of that. So we will see. It's rough. Mommy loves chicks. My Turkish guy Mehmet. This guy, is this war going to take the economy go up since we started it? The economy? Yes. There's a lot of people working in a lot of places now to make sure that we've got arms and whatnot. But, and again, there's going to be companies that will try. It's all going to be wackadoodle. Any proof of what, brother? You sure? Hello, I'm under the water. I eat with my wife. Right, okay, all right. Not quite. Hugo Chavez took oil rights back to Venezuela state from U.S. corporations that were controlling and profiting from their oil, 97%. Right, okay. So, and then what happened when what's-his-face came in? Boris, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not studied in Venezuelan oil. I know the little numbers here and there, but the propaganda, what I'm repeating to you guys is the propaganda that we hear here. I'm saying countries shouldn't resolve their should not. I'm saying countries should not resolve their internal issues with other countries. Well, the problem is that they were also. A lot of people are saying we started a war with Iran, and a lot of people are saying Iran has been at war with America. They chant death to America all the time. They have their kids walk on American flags. So, and they apparently promote a lot of terrorism. they cause a lot of what's called state-sponsored terrorism. So they've been chipping away at the countries around them, and then now that whatever level, whatever threshold, the number of people allowed to die before something is done got passed, and then now this happened. Right? We think it's just happening today because we forget about the past 40 years. But I get you. I will call you on Doomsday, Mr. John Wick from Georgia. Thank you. What up, Formula One, brother? How did you know I'm Turkish? Probably because your name. He's Turkish too, Mehmet. Galtuk, frickin' dare. What did I list? I just lost something here. No new wars, Cheeto allies again. But it's, right? No, dude, not today. That's what fuck no. Why couldn't we vote on this? Whatever we start. So here, and I talk about this all the time. We know for sure that there's a bunch of politicians in America that don't like America at all. So what appears to be the case is that we had an 8-person group, Republicans and Democrats, and the Republicans didn't tell the Democrats, and then they just said why today, because they said that the Democrats were talking with spies in Iran and would have said, hey, we're going to attack you. Why don't you, in a way of saying, look, we're going to attack you if you don't do X, Y, or Z, which would have tipped them off. Whether you like it or not, I'm just saying what, and then again, this is what we hear. This is what I hear. Shurit's brother, Mehmet Shurit's, his name's Galktug. He's from Turkey. I would have voted no. Why can't we just focus on our country's stability for once? He said he's going to hit Iran harder if they try. Oh boy. Yeah. Listen. We don't, as a country, we haven't dealt with wars and other people very well. A lot of people get rich and a lot of people die. That's typically how a war goes. If he's got a different strategy, let's see, because we're not going to, I can't call him and be like, dude, Trump, dude, this is freaking 110th grade, dude. You gotta withdraw, man. Sorry, dude. All right, bye. That's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. But we think that it does. We think that the protests and stuff in America move things. They really don't move things unless they're very, 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 very huge. It was just irresponsible to promise something. It was very predictable. And Trump ran on this all 3 times that he ran. He said he would not allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon or have intercontinental ballistic missiles. He blew up their center, and then the remaining stuff they had. What we're hearing here is that China started selling them what they needed in intercontinental ballistic missiles. It could all be a load of shit. Probably is. But these are the reasons that are given. Listen, if you tell a world, I'm not going to start any new wars, and they say, all right, pussy, now I'm going to beat on you, and I'm going to beat on you. You can't just let yourself be bullied. But yeah, it's okay. What up, Scott? Sorry, brother. I'm good, big fella, trying to rosemary over. Brother, yeah, dude, I'm telling you. It works. Can you say 55 burgers, 55 tacos, 55 fries, 100 tater tots? Good boy. Why do people think you're Jewish? I got a big nose. I broke my nose like 12 times. Yeah, it's the nose. Richard, what's going on with your hand? Did you burn? No. I rest my that's where my wrist rests on the table when I use the mouse. Yeah, no, I'm good, my brother. You're talking about my face. I don't know which one you're talking. Oh, hand. Yeah, my hand. Yeah. It's that red dot right there. It's just where I rest it when I'm moving the mouse. I got really long fingers. What up, cat? Today I was eating seaweed chips. Usually I see on the packaging and advertised goods too. I guess at B12. I'm happy. I looked up how much B12 is in them. Yeah, that seaweed's very good for you. Yeah, let's all hold hands. Nope, nothing bad happens. That's right. Yeah, already done. Right. Listen, what is weak, Zara? Is weak letting people take advantage of you and hurt you and and this is what I'm saying. We don't know what was about to happen. And what if the news comes out tomorrow and says they had a nuke, they were going to launch it Monday? And they might say that, and it might be a complete lie. But the point is, we don't know. But it looks like, but we can't We can't know that. And listen, we're not leaders of the free world at all. And I'm not. We just have to try to understand what happened rather than saying, what an asshole. He said he wouldn't start no new wars. But then again, we don't know if we're being protected right now. We've got no idea if that's the case. We have no idea if they were about to just start bombing. I mean, obviously they started bombing people around them that weren't Israel or America. They were hitting other countries around them too. And we don't hear about this. We hear about like freaking wacky freaking local stuff, ICE and stuff. Amen, my brother. When it's time for me to live, the world decides to fight. Right. Yeah, that happened to me too, brother. When in 2001, I was just turning, 24, and freaking the United States is getting attacked. Now I'm in Baltimore. I was 3 hours away from New York City. And so I was thinking the same thing. I'm just in my freaking 20s, and now I thought the same thing. It's open topic. I'm going to go on for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to have dinner. I got my chili cooking. What is it? Oh, well, it is what it. So this is the thing. We know the toilet's already been flushed. We got to make sure that the least amount of people get hurt as possible. Why America love Israel? I out of all the things I've studied, that I mean, besides scripturally, I don't know what, I mean, I've got plenty of ideas, but I don't know why, what they say publicly. What America says publicly is they're all our allies, people that want to either help America or hurt America. And Israel is the only area in that big landmass that is pro-America. So they're like, hey, we'll be your friends. That's the best answer I can give without. I get so much, when you start looking into it, you see so much propaganda and bias. People either hate the Jews or the Israelis, or they hate freaking Christians or Muslims or whatever. Everybody. So they just talk bullshit. And the truth lies somewhere in the mix, and it's so hard to get the truth. AIPAC-funded politicians love Israel, not the American people. Right, I was about to say, right, you're talking about the leaders, right, and that's the problem. We say, why does Iran do this? But we're not saying, why do the Iranian people do this? We say, right, exactly, and that's the problem, right? America better step up weapons development. I haven't seen any new propaganda on big weapons, right? You'll probably, yeah. That's probably why, because this has probably been planned for 20 years, and we show off old, impressive but old technology. We got new stuff, absolutely, and only 3 politicians in the Senate are not funded by them. Yep. Don't look Jewish to me, but there's even. Don't look Jewish for me, but there's even Chinese or African Jews too. Right. So here's the thing also about Jews is there's religious Jew, like Judaism, and there's people from Jerusalem. What's it called? Judah. Yes, Judah. Right. So you have like those people are Jewish, like they're a race, like white people, Jewish people. Just because they have light skin, they're not white people. They're not, they're Jews. But they could be Christian Jews, Muslim Jews, right? African Jews, right? It's all that. But we don't get given that breakdown when you see Judar. What up, but why, brother? My dad was backcountry camping during 9/11. Didn't find out 9 days later. And I talk about this type of stuff all the time. If you don't know if you don't watch the news, if you're just living your life, politics, yes, it affected the world, but he didn't go through the anxiety and all that crazy stuff that the rest of the world did. And it's like, if it doesn't come to your front door, it's very weird. What is love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Hi there. Would you be willing to drink a gallon of milk or stream? No, dude. No. I got very no, dude. I would puke all over the place. I like Israel. I got a little of that. My DNA is telling their family me. Right. I hate everything. I'm freaking right there next to you, product brother. I love chocolate milk, good stuff. What up, Freeman? I'm hungry. I can eat stuff. This is a nice stream, but I think it would be much better if you're also drinking milk. Maybe I'll get me some milk. J-word. Dude, I'm telling you, if we didn't have new stuff, why did we leave trillions worth of equipment in Iraq and send more to Ukraine? Dude, listen, if you really want to know what we're told, it's because some of our politicians in America made deals with armament companies in Afghanistan so that they could keep the technology, dismantle it, and try to rebuild something like it and probably sell it to our enemies. That's what. So why would they leave it there? Why not just blow it up? Like if we land something like a Black Hawk that can't take off, we blow it up so they don't get the technology, right? And they didn't do that. So and it starts to make sense when you realize I'm a Jew and I'm a man of both. There you go, my brother. There are true Jews fake was like Yahoo. I wish this guy would drink some milk for us. Sorry, Kelp Show. I haven't watched the news since 2017. I feel like a caveman ignorance. That's all right. Yeah. But they wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with the wings of the eagles. They shall run and not to be weary, as they shall walk and not fear faint. Is Isaiah 40:31. Isaiah 40:31. Isaiah 40:31. I can't even spell. Let's see. Thank you, my brother. I hope this guy drinks milk soon. You are Baxter's Jewish. Y'all making me want to drink milk too. Kelp's a freaking a milk influencer. It's very good for you. Milk's very, very, very good for you, especially if you have the non-pasteurized versions that are very fresh and new. Like there's a lot, the bacteria, vitamins, nutrients. It's very good for you. Yeah, it's the soup. That's why you give it to babies and they get big from it. They killed poor old man. Yeah, join me in the consumption of dairy fluids. I think I'm starting to like you, Kelp Show, dude. That's what I'm saying. We're getting rid of old stuff to make way for you. And that happens, right? And what do you do when you get new armament? What do? You get rid of the old. Have a war, say now we need money for the new, and then you can refill your stocks with the newest, latest, and greatest. I can tell, Kelp. I'm European. What's up, Carlos? I'm European. I'm preparing home for all the refugees U.S. creates every time they liberate a country. I wish we could be friends with the Venezuelans and the Ukrainians. Yep. And this is the thing. A lot of Americans are. You know, there's the freaking 300, 400 of them that are in office that and a lot of those people are nuts. You know, it's like, yeah, the American people love everybody. I mean, I don't know any hateful ass people. I mean, I wouldn't hang out with them, I guess. This war is going to affect Turkey too. That drives me freaking crazy. Isaiah 49:31. That's your favorite? Let's see. I was about to say, I didn't think I went to 40. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, you talking about 40:31? It doesn't go up to 49, I don't think. I think it only goes up to 46, I thought. Yeah, it doesn't go up to 49. Yeah, it doesn't go there. Then go there. Okay, all right. I don't want to deal with no refugees. Right. Listen, if you're going to attack a country, you're going to be prepared. You should be prepared to stabilize that country afterwards, and that's where the companies come into play. It's always, yeah. I'm lactose intolerant. 40:31. Right. I was about to say it doesn't go up to 49. Iran has the total right to defend its country. Right? No, of course. Well, yeah, Mohad, right. But you also agree that they also, like, just like America and just like every other country, we hurt other people, and people will eventually get pissed off, right? And they'll have too much. Why did they start attacking the UAE and Saudi Arabia? Like, why did that, And this is the stuff we can't answer unless you have an answer for me. According to the cheese, milk is bad for you. Where'd you get those clothes? noodles with milk. That's just mucus buildup. My grandfather was a German Jew. I don't claim. Yeah, Borchell. I was a huge mechanics there, dude. My back always. Always more like 2015, a Bradley equipped with a nanotech APS active protection system. It's a hard kill. I found out that less mucus and inflammation, I need more dairy as long. And listen, I think it helps too. Me, you can't always, mom, have to be the one to claim it. How does this war affect the price of milk? Well, hopefully it'll drop it. 40-31. Yeah. I'm feeling Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength, soar on wings like eagles, run without getting weary, and walk without fainting. No one was disagreeing with the fact that people have the right to defend. Right, absolutely. But you can't be so naive to know that Iran doesn't hurt a lot of people, especially a lot of the Iranian people. Like, you know, the Iranian government hurts a lot of people, right? But every country does. Not every. A lot of countries do. And the problem is that happens tit for tat. And this is you can see, go back in history. It happens all the time. I'm with the milk police and I'm on the way to Kelp Show's home to dispose this perpetrator of unauthorized milk construction. What up, yay gang? Show the profile. Your profile, Lostology? The big, hold on, I got you, my brother. I see the oil rig, hold on. There it is. Oh, I thought it was an oil well, damn it. I'm on my way right now. If the trade routes make the oil more expensive, farmers will raise prices. Yeah, milk's prices, right? Yeah, oil affects everything. I'm not happy either, brother. I'm not happy either, my brother. Yeah, it's gonna hurt our atmosphere. You too, Muhammad, my friend. Have a good one. Stay safe. No, he definitely doesn't play no games. All right, I gotta go in just a minute here. I'm gotta get I gotta get my dinner in me. All prices will go up with more win for MAGA fighting inflation. I'm also saying felt out of the blue to say that they have the right to defend themselves. Right? Well, he probably has loved ones there, I would guess, right? And listen, you have to understand that we're all getting different propaganda. People really need to teach people what propaganda is, and this is why you shouldn't let kids on the internet until they understand what propaganda is. I'm eating chips with salsa. I got snowball. Yeah, right. Well, but hey, you know what? Also, our government said that it was going to be a huge war with Venezuela. But listen, the Democrats put a $25 million bounty on Maduro's head. So Trump went and got him. Right? Just like 2 years later. So it's like they were asking for it, but now they're like, what'd you do that for? They were a sovereign nation and whatnot. So it's like, they just don't like him. They want the wins. They don't like, there's a lot of money at stake. Kelpo. They're going again. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll be back in about a half hour. I love y'all. See you guys back in a little bit. Yeah, puss. Bye-bye.